So Vulcan is clear to display. She doesn't normally start by coming straight towards us, so I expect that she'll be turning in to run in from the right. Accelerating, coming in quite slowly, and then she'll put the power on those 4 Rolls-Royce Bristol Olympus engines, and with a bit of luck we'll hear a howl. So, welcome to one of the very last flying displays of a British aeroplane that represents the very best imaginative, thinking out of the box virtues of aeronautical design and engineering. So slippery, because she's such a brilliant airframe, and because she's got these powerful engines, 16,500 pounds of static thrust each, about 65,000 in total, set very high on for very long, otherwise she accelerates to beyond various speed limits. Was drawn on a scruffy piece of paper in about 1946 by the wonderful Roy Chadwick, the man who designed the Lancaster. So eventually Vulcan flew only 11 years the first of the Lancaster, 1941 Lancaster, 1952 Vulcan. The Arab got its first Vulcan in 1956, and with Valiant and Victor had been designed to carry the British nuclear deterrent, the megaton weapons that were going to destroy, if they needed to, the Soviet Union. Of course, it was Russia and the Soviet Union that eventually backed down in that Cold War, and Vulcan was one of the very important factors that caused that to happen. You'll see that Martin has put the wheels down on the Vulcan now. As they come by up to the center of the display, you can expect to see them retracting again. They're not landing here today, but if you've got binoculars, you'll be able to count them. There are 18 wheels altogether, 16 on the main undercarriage and on the nose undercarriage. So, after Vulcans had gone out of service, they were still so popular in the Air Force that they kept this aircraft, one Vulcan, on as the Vulcan flight, Vulcan display flight. But eventually, come 1992, that was her last season, they couldn't afford it anymore, and in 1993, she was sold off. Fortunately, she was sold to David Walton. Without him, this aeroplane would not be here today. Bombay opening, the bomb drops, that is the heart of the bomber. That's where taking down to the Falkland Islands. pilots carried in the bomb bay these days are the names of a lot of Vulcan supporters, people who've contributed some of the £23 million it's cost to get her to this stage. As she comes by this time, watch for the bomb bay doors closing. Expect a bomber to do that, do you? And indeed, in keeping with her performance, she has fighter control columns for each of the pilots, not the kind of big steering wheel type yoke that you normally see in a bomber. So this really her last season. She has 2 more shows to do next weekend, and then 2 big tours the following weekend, 1 north, 1 south. Quite what happens on her last day of flying we don't know at the moment. So why is this? It is because 3 technical authority companies decided they can't support her any longer. Those companies are BAE Systems, Rolls-Royce and Marshall Engines. And those 3 companies have given great support over the years, but the important thing is that once they decided that they couldn't support her anymore, she then, her civil permit to fly lapses. So after next month, she becomes illegal. It isn't anything to do with money, it's nothing to do with lack of spares, but it is to do with a third-party mandatory support that she will no longer have. She is still a safe aeroplane. She's been technically very strong. She had a couple of little hitches in the past month, but before that she had not lost a display through technical problems since 2013. And she is looked after by Taff Stone and his crew at Robin Hood Airport Dogs to Shield. He says 558 is my baby, and they do a brilliant job. His team, Evans, Ray Watts, Rick Lee, Mark Brown, and John, plus Tony Hunter, who's mum to all. She's much too young to be mum to any of them. Last year, she did 25 flying displays, none of them as for technical reasons. So, this, I believe, will be her last pass. So,